Welcome to the True Detectives podcast. Buckle up, folks. It's going to be a wild ride.
Definitely.
Ready for another crazy investigation into stories you won't hear anywhere else.
You got it.
Bizarre mysteries, dedicated detectives,
Of a sort.
and more twists than, well, a pretzel.
That's a lot of twists.
This week, we're diving into not one, but two strange cases
Ooh, double the intrigue.
from very different times and places, both highlighting a unique kind of detective. You know, those folks, right? The ones who use their unusual perspectives to uncover hidden truths. You sent in some truly fascinating stuff this time, and we think you'll find these tales particularly intriguing. We're going to try and separate the facts from the fiction. Ready to dive in?
Let's go.
All right. Investigation number 1 takes us to a rather gloomy corner of London, a character you might recognize, or at least his shadow,
Ooh, I love a good shadow.
a certain Dorian Gray. Now, our source paints a picture of a Viscount, a man whose face apparently looked like crumbling marble, and he comes to Dorian with a rather peculiar problem: blackmail. But this isn't your run-of-the-mill scandalous affair. These are grotesque photos.
Oh, that takes blackmail to a whole new level. What's so grotesque about them?
That's the mystery, isn't it? What could be so awful that a man with a face of crumbling marble would be terrified to have them revealed?
Good point. This Viscount, he's seemingly the picture of respectability, right? Philanthropy, a noble lineage, all that jazz. But then you have these images threatening to reveal a completely opposite side to him. A debauched, depraved side. It sends shivers down your spine, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It's like peering behind a perfectly polished mask and finding something monstrous lurking beneath. And you have to wonder, what's the cost of maintaining such a pristine facade?
Right. What kind of darkness are we talking about here?
Well, that's what Dorian, our investigator, if
Yeah.
you will, is about to uncover. Secrets, we're told, are his currency, and you can bet he feels that chill down his spine, too.
Speaking of Dorian, it makes you wonder about his own relationship with secrets, especially given his, shall we say, unique circumstances.
Oh, absolutely. But we'll get to that. For now, the investigation takes an unexpected turn, leading us not to the usual dens of iniquity, but to whispers of a collector, someone who caters to the truly twisted. And this path, my friend, leads Dorian to an opium den. Not exactly a Sunday picnic, is it?
An opium den, huh? Those places are teeming with desperate souls, each with their own tale of woe.
The source describes the desperation as fouler than any drug, like a moral decay that goes beyond mere addiction.
Ugh, that's a heavy image. So who's the mastermind behind this blackmail scheme? Some shadowy criminal kingpin?
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But no, not quite. In this den of despair, they find the blackmailer, a gaunt artist with haunted eyes, clutching his camera like a lifeline.
A gaunt artist with haunted eyes. That sounds more tragic than terrifying.
Appearances can be deceiving, remember. What's interesting is his motive. It's like a twisted form of artistic expression. He claims his art exposes the ugliness their pretty faces hide.
He's on a mission to reveal what's really beneath the surface. It's a dark and disturbing kind of truth-telling.
And it makes you think, doesn't it? Why are we so drawn to the hidden lives of others, especially those we admire or envy?
It's this innate human curiosity, isn't it? We want to see the cracks in the facade, the flaws behind the perfection. Maybe it makes us feel better about our own imperfections.
Or maybe it's a reminder that no one is perfect, no matter how hard they try to appear that way.
True. And in a way, this artist is playing on that very human desire. He's holding up a mirror to society, showing them the ugliness they often choose to ignore.
And it's not just one person, you know. The investigation reveals a whole cast of characters captured in these grotesque photos. A pious bishop with a taste for cruelty. A war hero fueled by bloodlust. Really hammers home the point that public image and private reality can be worlds apart.
Wow, so it's not just minor indiscretions. We're talking about some seriously dark stuff here. It makes you wonder who else might be hiding behind a mask of respectability.
Exactly. And just when you think it can't get any more twisted, the money trail leads not to some criminal mastermind, but to, you ready for this? A plain woman with eyes like polished stones, operating out of an unimpressive townhouse.
A plain woman? That's unexpected. You'd expect some shadowy figure pulling the strings from a dark castle, not a woman in a townhouse.
And yet, inside this ordinary setting lies a monstrous gallery of portraits, each one a testament to the darkness she's collected.
Geez, that's a contrast. From an unassuming exterior to a treasure trove of secrets. It's like a hidden world operating right under everyone's noses.
And her motive, well, it's not revenge or malice. It's something far more chilling. She has this disturbingly pragmatic understanding of the market for secrets.
What do you mean?
They wanted it, she says. The truth beneath the titles, the gold. It sells better than any lie.
So she's just catering to the demand. There's a market for this kind of darkness. That's a scary thought.
It is, and it makes you wonder, are we all complicit in this kind of societal voyeurism?
Right. Are we feeding the beast by being so fascinated by the downfall of others? Tough question.
Throughout all this, we catch glimpses of Dorian himself, described as possessing unnatural longevity. Makes him the perfect detective, wouldn't you say? Unburdened by age, unemotional.
I guess immortality would give you a unique perspective on things, but also kind of sad, right? To witness centuries of human folly without being able to truly experience life yourself.
Yeah, and his clientele. London's elite, their whispers a chorus of rot. His agelessness, once maybe a gift, now feels like a grotesque costume in this world of decay, like he's trapped in a never-ending play watching the same tragic scenes unfold over and over again.
It's like he's cursed to observe the darkness without ever being able to escape it. That would be a heavy burden to bear.
Ultimately, the scheme is exposed, the Viscount is relieved, the woman is arrested. But that unsettling logic of hers about the demand for darkness, it lingers. And Dorian is left wrestling with his own demons. Did he really expose darkness or just find a more refined way to profit from it?
That's a question that haunts him, and frankly, it should haunt us too. It makes you think about the role we play in perpetuating this cycle of scandal and exposure.
The source leaves us with this striking image. The unblemished portrait, a reflection of Dorian's outward appearance, stands in stark contrast to the weariness in his eyes. The city's monstrous heart now beats in time with his own. It's like he's become part of the very darkness he sought to expose.
It's a sobering reminder that even those who try to fight darkness can be consumed by it. What starts as a quest for truth can easily turn into a dance with the devil.
Right. That's Dorian's story. A bleak reminder that sometimes survival is the only victory.
Heavy stuff. Ready for a change of scenery.
Definitely. Let's head to medieval Paris for investigation number 2. And this time, our unlikely detective is none other than Quasimodo, the bell ringer of Notre Dame.
Quasimodo, the hunchback. Now that's a character with a unique perspective.
Absolutely. And right away, his outcast status is front and center. He's literally and figuratively looking at the world from a different angle. From the bell tower of Notre Dame, he witnesses a crime that most would dismiss as an accident.
What kind of crime?
A body found in the market square. The magistrate calls it an unfortunate incident, case closed. But Quasimodo, from his perch high above, sees something different. He sees a life unjustly ended. He notices things others overlook. The blood splatter, the untouched purse. It's all about perspective, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. He's not caught up in the hustle and bustle of the market, the rumors and assumptions. He's observing from a distance with a clear eye.
Exactly. But because of his appearance, he can't exactly go down there and point fingers. Can you imagine Quasimodo trying to convince the magistrate of foul play?
Yeah, good luck with that. Society wasn't exactly kind to those who looked different back then.
Sadly, not much has changed in that regard. But Quasimodo finds a way. Notre Dame, with its hidden passageways, becomes his investigative base. He uses these secret routes to conduct his own inquiry into the spice merchant's death.
Wait, a spice merchant? What happened?
Well, Quasimodo, he relies on his keen sense of smell. Amongst the strong aromas of the market, he detects a metallic undertone of blood.
Whoa, that's intense, like a bloodhound sniffing out a trail.
Precisely. And it leads him to a rival stall, where he observes a feigned sympathetic smile from the owner. Even back then, people were good at faking it.
Ugh, those fake smiles always send chills down my spine. But what could a rival spice merchant possibly have against another? Was it a turf war or something?
We can only speculate. Sadly, despite this crucial clue, the magistrate dismisses Quasimodo's findings. After all, who's going to believe a hunchback over a respected merchant? It highlights those deep-rooted societal prejudices that prevent truth from being heard.
It's a classic case of those in power choosing to ignore inconvenient truths, just because it doesn't fit their narrative.
Sadly, it happens more often than we'd like to admit. But Quasimodo doesn't give up. He gets involved in another case, a desperate mother whose baker's boy son has gone missing.
Another missing person. It seems like medieval Paris was a pretty dangerous place.
It had its share of darkness, that's for sure. And once again, the guards are indifferent to the plight of this poor mother. But Quasimodo, being an outcast himself, feels her pain, her desperation. It's that shared experience of being marginalized that fuels his empathy.
It's like he sees himself in those who are overlooked and dismissed.
And instead of searching the streets like everyone else, he uses the rooftops to gain a completely different perspective of the city.
Wow, talk about thinking outside the box. The rooftops become his vantage point.
And guess what? He uncovers secrets hidden in chimney smoke and laundry lines. Who knew laundry lines could be so revealing?
It's amazing what you can see when you look at the world from a different angle. Makes you realize how much we miss when we're stuck in our routines and our usual way of seeing things.
He eventually finds the boy hidden in a cellar, forced to work in a miser's secret forge. Just another example of the casual cruelty inflicted on those who have no voice. But here's the twist. Quasimodo's appearance, the very thing that isolates him from society, becomes his weapon.
How so?
His monstrous form terrifies the miser into releasing the boy. It's a strange kind of justice, isn't it?
It's ironic, for sure, but it speaks to the idea that what society perceives as weakness can sometimes be a source of strength.
And in the end, the mother's gratitude is his only reward. He retreats to his bell tower, Notre Dame his sanctuary, the streets his battleground. The story concludes with Quasimodo's growing rage against the injustice he sees, a vow that one day his fury, symbolized by the echoing bells, will reach even the highest in society. He's no longer just an outcast, he's a symbol of hope for those who are forgotten.
That's powerful. From a victim to a potential force for change, it shows the power of empathy and how a unique perspective can illuminate the injustices that others choose to ignore.
So there you have it, folks. Two very different investigations, centuries apart, yet both showcasing individuals on the fringes of society who use their unique perspectives to see what others miss. In one case, an immortal burdened by his own duality; in the other, a physically monstrous figure who becomes a champion for the unseen.
They're both reminders that truth can be found in the most unexpected places.
And that we should always be questioning, always be looking deeper. What kinds of hidden truths might be revealed if we all took the time to look at the world from a different perspective?
That's a great question to ponder. What bell towers or opium dens exist in our own lives that might offer a glimpse into a reality we often ignore?
Food for thought, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Well, that's it for this week's episode of the True Detectives podcast.
Until next time.
We hope these investigations have sparked your curiosity. Don't forget to rate and follow the show for more true crime and true detective stories. And remember, keep looking beneath the surface.
Always.
There's always more to discover.